How is the tank fleet of Poland? Poland is gradually turning into one of the most powerful nations in Europe with its increasing number of modern tanks in service. Let us explore. In 2022, Poland started receiving modern and highly potent K2 Black Panther tanks from South Korea. By the end of 2025, 180 tanks of this type are to be finished delivered. And, in 2026, a second batch of also 180 tanks are to be started being delivered, but this time from production facilities in Poland. In total, 360 K2 tanks have so far been contracted and partially delivered. But, considering a 2022 framework for a total of 1,000 K2 tanks, the K2 tanks in service are going to increase. As of 2025, Poland have two main types of Abrams tanks, namely the M1A1 FEP and the M1A2 SEP-3. The first type was previously used by the U.S. Marine Corps, while the second type was used by the U.S. Army. A total of 116 M1A1 FEP was delivered in 2023 and 24, and deliveries of 250 ordered M1A2 SEP-3 are ongoing and presumably finishing in 2026. So, by the end of 2026, a total of 366 Abrams tanks are supposed to be in service. During the years of 2002, 2003 and 2014, Poland received a total of 142 Leopard 2A4 tanks that were second-hand. In 2023, 14 of these tanks were sent to Ukraine, and the remaining 128 tanks are in the process of being upgraded to the highly modernized Leopard 2 PL standard. By 2026, that process is supposed to be finished, and the improvements include greatly enhanced armor protection and fire control. And, in 2014 and 2015, Poland also received 105 Leopard 2A5 tanks. In 1995, Poland started receiving its first PT-91 Twardie tanks. The PT-91 is a highly upgraded variant of the T-72M1, with improved ERA tiles covering the turret, hull and sides, and improved fire control with ballistic computer. In mid-2022, at least 60 of these tanks were sent to Ukraine. As of 2025, 172 PT-91 Twardie are still in service, but they are gradually going to be phased out when an increasing number of K2 Black Panther and M1A2 SEP-3 enters service in the coming years. In 1978, Poland received its first T-72 tanks from the Soviet Union, and in 1982 Poland started domestic production of the T-72M1 variant both for domestic use and export. In the later years, Poland have sent at least 280 T-72 tanks to Ukraine. Today, there are still between 50 and 78 units of T-72 tanks in service in Poland, and they belong to the somewhat upgraded T-72M1R variant. The numbers in service are constantly declining, and the ones that remain are in reserve or training roles. The numbers of tanks that are in service and soon to be expected introduced are as followed: 180 K2 Black Panther, 250 M1A2 SEP-3, 116 M1A1 FEP, 128 Leopard 2 PL, 105 Leopard 2A5, 172 PT-91 Twardie, and between 50 and 78 T-72 M1R, for a total of a little over 1,000 tanks in service. In a few years, the PT-91 and T-72 variants are supposed to be decommissioned or maybe sent to Ukraine, while the numbers of K2 tanks could increase to 1,000 units, leading to a total of around 1,600 in service. Please like and subscribe.